So, Escape from Tomorrow, huh?
Wow!
Like Escape from this movie!
Ooh, this is a very odd movie, like to say the least.
Let's start with, this is probably your more interesting of the Disney films ever made, as in it's not related to Disney at all, but it was shot completely on Disneyland property and Disney World property, and it was huge back in the day.
It's
huge.
classy because it's in black and white.
It's classy because it's in black and white, but yeah, people were basically like, we gotta see the movie that Disney might sue and make, not appear ever again, which they never did, because this movie you can buy on Amazon for $10. The question is, do you want to buy it for $10?
Yes.
The whole premise is they're at the theme park and want to have fun, but things are weird, and the theme park almost has a mind of its own. And
There's a presence.
It's like the Shining of theme parks.
Wow.
There's something going on here. It's this place.
If you're watching this as a movie, it is a movie.
It is a movie.
What I'm saying is,
it's an hour and a half of a movie.
You can tell that they cut together like a movie. You can't really even tell that they were riding these rides like 8 times over to get the right take. It's so real in a way that I honestly can't tell what is improv and what's in the script.
Yes, we had a lot of discussions about that.
Yeah, it feels that authentic to say.
There's a lot of parts where I hope that was real.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's some parts where it's like, that was real.
Yeah, pretty much. So, as a movie, it's actually to be able to make a coherent movie.
Yes.
I'm talking a movie where you go from the start to the finish. You can tell it's a movie.
Because you're on the road. You got stop signs, right?
Yes.
You know where you're
see
going.
all the signs of movie.
You got the GPS going. You're heading to your destination.
It's just unfortunately this movie is not good though.
Took a dirt road with this movie.
Yes. This movie, like I said, was filmed completely on Disneyland property, not with the permission of Disneyland. It was straight up guerrilla style, which means the actors and actresses would
action.
Yes, they would try to act in the middle of crowds of just normal everyday
people, not extras.
Yeah, and just try to film it.
This is not a high budget movie. You can tell there's scenes like where they bump into people for real, and you see some guy going like that. You can't act. You cannot act.
Yeah, and when they pan over, and you'll see people being like,
yeah,
what?
you legit see a guy wave at the camera.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Yeah, but this isn't some sort of weird, it is an experimental film.
Very.
But they were clearly trying to make a real film, of realness, and I'm talking real pretentious attitudes. It's
hey, look what we did, isn't this fucking awesome?
People come here because they want to feel safe.
Tell me, what do you like about this film then?
That it made me go, no!
Basically the whole film.
Some of the choices that were made for what the actors are supposed to do and whatnot was very no, you can't do that. You should stop.
And they just keep going. Keep going. This movie doesn't make sense.
No.
Literally every scene will have you going, okay, what though? All right, what though?
Yeah, it'll lead you, it'll hold your hand and be like, okay, here's where we're going. I don't know if we're really going this way. Then all of a sudden, yeah, go that way. It's like, no! Questionable decisions.
There's a lot of questionable decisions. I'm talking a lot of questionable decisions.
2 main questionable decisions throughout the whole movie.
Yes. I will say one of the strangest things about the movie is just it's oddly not subtle. Everything is so in your face.
Yeah.
All these messages and all these throwbacks to earlier parts of the film.
That scene?
Yeah. This movie is trying to make so many points, and it's so scared you won't understand the points it's making that it forces the points in your face. And even then, I still had no idea what the fuck was happening.
I think they were trying to explain the parts that were already easy to understand.
Yes.
They should have explained the parts that were not easy to understand, like Epcot.
Just basically from the second half and on, this movie just the first half is okay, what?
It's weird cringe shit. But then you get to the halfway point.
Well, and
then it starts going to some weird, and then I got lost. I straight up was like, what's with the what? And then it kind of goes back to the not cringe, just like weird stuff. Like, okay, now you're trying to be artsy.
Yeah.
Like kind of like a Shining kind of thing in a sense, you know? Like,
yeah.
The fireworks, and then it went back to being odd, but not as odd as it was in the beginning, but still kind of like what the fuck, and then you get a what?
All this movie's what?
Yeah.
You're inside my head.
It's in black and white.
Yes.
This is one of those things where I felt like the black and white was actually a necessity as opposed to a stylish choice.
Yes.
I don't know if you know why, but
shadows.
Yes, actually.
Black and white. I know we talked about. Oh, wait. Yeah, it came
Citizen
Kane. It came out already. Citizen Kane already came out. We don't
check out Citizen Kane.
We don't have a backlog. What are you talking about? We're not recording this when it's not released yet. No. With Citizen Kane, like I realized, wow, like black and white, like Psycho, you kind of get it, but Citizen Kane really used the black and white to its advantage, and this does in a sense too. Like at first I was like, oh, it's black and white, but then there's a lot of scenes where it's like, okay, the black and white helps, especially when you want to get like the light on a character's face without using the lights itself. It's using the natural light. And just use the shadows to cover up to make it a feature.
Yeah, no, because I did do my research on this movie, believe it or not. They did wait, like, repeatedly for certain times in certain days to record certain scenes in certain locations because of natural lighting. Because they couldn't use, lights.
Because they're secretly recording Disneyland. You can't bring a whole light set.
Yes, which is why it's in black and white for that reason. But yeah,
that's actually really cool.
Yeah, see, that's why I'm saying there's a lot that goes into the film, believe it or not, filmmaking wise, to make it a coherent film. It's just, the product is fucking stupid. I did actually love something about this film, and ironically, genuinely want to say that I loved the soundtrack.
Oh,
the music's actually very good.
It does its job.
In my head. I would say even more than does its job. I know a lot of people.
No, I don't mean it's like yeah.
I get you, but I know a lot of people will not. It won't stick out that well. But I actually have seen some people that say the same thing. But the music in here is strangely really good. It really gives you that feel of Epcot, but at the same time, it also nudges that idea of, oh, there's something wrong going on underneath. That is the only thing I love about this film. Everything else about this film is... We can get into it if we really want to now. Do you want to get into it now? Do you want to just jump in?
Are we going to just jump in?
You going to jump in?
Those girls were underage! This movie is so cringe, like it's so cringe, but I fucking love it.
Half this movie,
oh my god,
is about a married, middle-aged man
with two kids,
and
a loving wife,
chasing down two teenage girls.
They were French.
Yeah. Yes. Around the theme park, like literally stalking them on two rides. For no reason other than,
they're pretty.
I think he felt more than pretty on that.
There's one scene where there's like, Dad, why do you keep following those two girls? Oh, we're not. They're going the same brides as us. They're pretty. Well, I mean, that's opinion. If you think they're pretty, then you think they're pretty, and that's your interpretation. Not Daddy didn't say that. So in a court of law, Elliot. So if you ever tell Mommy, do not tell her that I said they were pretty.
You're the one, and you know what? Maybe you're too young for them, Elliot. You ever think about that?
Elliot's a dick. His son's a dick. His son's a dick.
You can't be happy all the time.
Something's wrong with Elliot.
Elliot probably told his mom everything.
Well, he did, because like down to minute details.
Oh yeah.
Once again, I don't know how much of this movie is scripted, but there is, in that same scene, the kid goes, you think Mommy's pretty? And the dad's like,
Emily Dickinson.
In an Emily Dickinson way, what the fuck does that even mean?
Right? And then later on, you think I look like Emily Dickinson? It's like, damn. Fucking Elliot?
What teenage girls? That's the
it's
first
so not
half of
low-key
the film.
either. If they see him, they're like, oh, like, hey, how you doing? He's like, this guy's a perv.
Yeah, it's a
He's
bit.
a straight up perv.
But see, what makes this movie so troubling is it's throughout this film, the movie was purposely setting up these teenage girls to be seductive in a way.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, they're doing things like eating bananas, like each other's bananas, and it's like...
It's like,
Hey!
yeah, and then he's sitting there just like, with his turkey leg.
So it's not like it's just the character being, perverted.
Yeah, like,
it's like you can see it in
they're
the
set up.
filmmaking.
They're being set up.
Yeah, like they're doing cartwheels and they're holding hands and they're hugging each other.
Yeah,
Like,
and I'm not talking like little girls do like it's like, oh, we're friends.
yeah.
No, like it's odd, but
and that's what makes this whole movie troubling. It doesn't stop at, oh, this movie is bad and things in this movie are questionable. You actually do have to go back and go, no, someone wrote this.
Yeah.
Someone directed this. It's written and filmed this way for a reason, and that reason is the director felt like this was necessary for his film.
This is what makes the film good.
Yeah, and I'm like, that's what makes it so cringe. You're sitting here and you're just going,
And then the table read they had.
Oh, yeah, I know, right? Like bringing those girls for the first time, and being like, okay, so this is where we say that they're hot, and this, and
now this, and then getting a Disneyland map. Okay, so this is the part we're all gonna do cartwheels, and you're kind of gonna wave at the older gentleman. Okay, just gonna wave on in. Okay, then he's gonna follow. You guys walk around. He's gonna try to find it.
And this is the scene where you guys are just on your after you've stripped down into your bikinis, you'll be on the pool float, and then the middle-aged man will creepily swim towards you with
like a crocodile.
Yeah, with only his eyes above water, but you can tell he's still smiling underneath that water. This is that scene. It's like,
this is real. This is all real. And they're sitting there, it's like on their floating. It's like no, like what? Like my whole thing's like, what are you gonna do when you talk to them? Like, what? What?
yeah, he's doing it.
His wife is putting sunscreen on his daughter, and then his son's in the pool. He's abandoned his son.
Yeah, she's literally watching like. At one point, he's picking up a French learning book in the middle of a shop that doesn't fucking sell French learning books. By the way, you can't even buy bananas in Disneyland. Why are they fucking eating bananas? This movie's fucked up. This movie, that's just the first half.
No. Within the first 10 minutes, there's a major flaw where he goes on the balcony.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
on the phone. His dipshit of a son locks him out there. Hey, let me in. Everyone's asleep, by the way. Why doesn't he just knock on the window and knock his wife up? I don't know.
He had to call her.
Yeah, he had to call her. So he's like, oh, what? Well, where are you? And they're in the hallway, going there. And she goes, hey, who are you talking to? Huh?
Oh,
No, on the balcony. You were talking to someone. Your lips were moving. Oh, are you a rip leader? You're a rip leader?
Are you Ripley's Believe It or Not?
Are you a lip reader? And she actually goes, yes. What were you saying?
Well, you can read a lip reader.
Well, first of all, one, you were asleep. You didn't see shit. Two, if you're a Ripley's
Believe It or Not.
If you're a
Ripley from Aliens. Rip Taylor.
I'm gonna rip you apart. Like his shirt.
You finished. You finished your statement.
If you're a lip reader, how come you have to ask him what he said? Two things. One statement that don't work. Right? Like she said.
Yes.
He goes, what are you, a lip reader? I swear I'm sober. No, it's like, if you're a lip reader, why do you have to ask, just say something to me. Ask me if I can read lips.
Can you read lips?
Yes, I can. So what'd you say? See, it's stupid, right? I should know what he said. And he obviously said, Michael, you look delicious.
This movie has so many fucking stupid ass plot holes. Yeah. It creates plot lines that go nowhere.
Yeah.
And it feels like half these scenes cut halfway through the scene. It's almost like they were filming the scene and then they were
like, this is not gonna work. Let's just move on.
That's in a way. But it's so odd because a lot of this movie it's so out of left field. It feels like a comedy, but I know it's not trying to be a comedy.
It's not trying to be. It's trying to be like, I would say, not a horror movie, but like
a weird drama.
Yeah, a weird horror drama mystery kind of movie.
Yeah,
not supposed to be funny. You can tell it's not supposed to be funny, but I was laughing.
Yeah.
Because the cringe is so, it's like...
It's pretty intense. Basically, Dad can really be described as way too horny but doesn't want to do anything about it.
Yes.
And it's the only redeemable characters here is, and I know that the director-writer wrote her to not be this, but honestly, I felt like the only person I could root for in this film was the wife.
No, yeah.
Like she was the only one
Dad's
that was
a derelict in this movie.
She was just trying to keep things in order, and yes, she was overly like, oh, you're a piece of shit, Dad.
Mm-hmm.
Which is why I'm saying I'm pretty sure the director wrote her to be the annoying wife nagging character. Yeah. But honestly, if I was her, I would have been worse.
Yeah.
I would be like, why the fuck are you straight up following teenagers in the pool, bro? What?
Like, and like she acts like she doesn't know what's going on. Well, not act like but she doesn't like say anything about it until like the very end of like their major fight at a little toy stand.
Yeah.
Where it's like, I know you're following those two girls. Are you trying to learn French? And it's like, well, why don't you say something to them at the pool? You're willing to put them on blast everywhere else. Just like, hey, watch our kids. Don't walk towards these women. No, not women. Girls.
She also, and people have brought this up to me before that made me go, oh yeah. She does say in the movie, they do seem a little young, even for you, which implies...
Oh, that's right.
That implies that... Which means I'm saying that the writing is definitely a huge deal.
You've got quite an imagination. Just like old WG himself.
Tails. But I love it so much. Tails, it is a bad movie, but I love it so much.
This does go in the realm, and I'm surprised no one told me this. This is in the realm of The Room and Birdemic.
Yes.
It's so fucking bad. It's so fucking atrocious that
I would put in there. It's almost in the so bad it's good category.
it is in the so bad it's good category.
That's why I love it.
The only reason you should watch this is to see what they got away with, which is quite a bit. They did get away with quite a bit. That is really the only reason you should see this. And then again, you will only cringe or honestly get angry at them because they clearly made a lot of people uncomfortable.
Oh yeah.
So including you when you watch this film.
But it's so fun to be uncomfortable. Not like that. That sounds a little rapey. Let's Sean cut that out.
Well, anyway, it's been a pleasure, sir.
Oh, thank you, sir.
Probably
we had fun today, didn't we?
Yeah.
Pose for the camera.
You should just. I'm gonna escape from life.
Yeah.
This movie is bad.
I'm gonna help you escape from life, Sean. I'm gonna help you escape from life. Just no.
All right. Say good nighty night, Sean. It's time to go sleep.
Are you going to kill me as soon as that camera goes off?
No. Now come here.